Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday. How is everybody doing today? Alrighty, so on Friday, I had said that the next video was going to be the top 10 dens that I like. And that was going to be Monday's video, except Fortnite shadow dropped they just revealed out of nowhere the entire battle pass for the next season. So I had to, show that first. But now here we are. We are now going to go into Animal Jam, and I'm going to tell you some of the dens that I really want to see return. With that being said, let's hop right into things. So here we are in the I thought it was appropriate because it is the den, what's it called, the den store. But yeah, so the first den that we are going to be actually talking about is a pretty cool one in my opinion. It is the Moonlight treetop den, and I think it's so cool. I've seen a couple names for it. I also saw Raccoon Den, but yeah, this one is just gorgeous. I think that it's amazing with the just a huge, it being all in a tree. It's just like a huge den, but inside a tree trunk. And I think it's really cool. I like to think that it's like a redwood, so you're living inside one. That's pretty dope. But yeah, that one is genuinely just pretty. I love how the levels are, the fact that you can the skybox is really pretty as well, and all that. I just think it's really a stellar den, to be honest. The next den that I want to talk about is the Hanging Gardens. Now, the Hanging Gardens is an interesting one because I've never seen it. I've never seen somebody have this den. I've never seen, just when I'm going around Jamaa and visiting random people's dens, I've just never been able to see it. And I want to, because all the pictures I've seen from it and all the videos that somebody has it in, they look so freaking cool. It's so botanical, it's so pretty, it's everything. It's everything that you could want in a den that is themed around Hanging Gardens. And I think that's just amazing and stellar. So the next one that we're going to be talking about is the Treetop Roost. Now, the Treetop Roost is a really cool one because it reminds me of Endor, to be honest. If you've ever seen Star Wars, it reminds me of Endor because it's all the way in the treetops. But I love that it has a bunch of little bases around, and then it has the actual house. And I just think that's so cool. You could make one a landing pad for all the flying animals, and then you could have a little outdoor dining area. It's very cute, very, very cute. I think that, the skybox, again, very nice. I like the fact that you can see the trees at the bottom and the sky in the background. I think that's great, to be honest. But yeah, that one is definitely up there just based on the fact that, it's pretty to look at. It's pretty to look at. The next one that we have, and I don't have pictures of in the game itself, but I do have the actual icon for it, and it is the Mangrove Manor. Now, the pictures that I could find of this one were very zoomed in, so that's why I'm not including them. But this one is just very pretty. It's a mansion. It's one of your mansion ones, but it's in, how do I put this? It's it's a mansion but in the mangroves. So it's one of those that's really just intriguing to look at. There's a boat there, and there's a bunch of other stuff that it just looks really, really cool. And honestly, I hate to be that person, but a lot of these dens are gonna boil down to it looks really, really cool. Because that's what it is. If it looks dope, then why not have it on there, Alrighty, so the next one that we are going to be talking about is the Lunar Base. Now, this one is really cool just based on the fact that you're in space right off the rip. On top of that, you are the skybox is galaxy. That's really pretty. Another thing that's very cool about it is just how you can be on the moon. You can leave your house a little bit and be on the moon, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, so that's another one that's amazing. I also just love how it kind of like goes up, you know, so you have the entrance and that middle room, and then it goes up and you have that big open room. Very cool. The next one that we're going to be talking about is the Cozy Library. Now, the Cozy Library is a very interesting one because it is definitely a more basic den. If like, I don't want to like say that in a negative way, because I don't mean it in a negative way. It is just a more basic den. It's very much more simple, but that's what I like about it. I love the fact that it is just a simple base, and I love the fact that it's definitely, as it says, it's cozy, but it's open. And that's why I like it, because you can decorate the heck out of it. Like, it looks really, really cool. The next one that we're going to be talking about is the Floating Fortress. Now, the Floating Fortress is on this list for very basic reasons. One, it's in the clouds. That's always cool. You know, that's always cool to see. The other reason that it's up there is because it's so expansive. And I think that's really, really fun, you know? Like, any den that is unique placement is very, very cool. For reference, I think of like the ones in, oh my goodness, what is this place? I think of the ones that are like its own little island or stuff like that. I think of the, oh my goodness, I have one of these, the mine that was in one of our previous videos, where it's like you're literally inside a mine and it's like a candy mine. That one was very cool. It's very unique, you know. The Sugar Palace is another one that's very pretty. I think it's genuinely like, if the den in question has a really cool location, then you can really, you have a good chance of being like up there, for me at least. The next one that we're going to be talking about is the Grand Gallery. Now, I love the Grand Gallery. I think if out of all of these, if this one came in the shop like tomorrow, I'd buy it like immediately. I'd buy all of these pretty soon, but like, if this one came in and I still hadn't gotten paid yet, I would still spend on this one because I love it. The fact that it's a rooftop, that you're in the city, which is such a different vibe for Jamaa, because Jamaa is, you know, you're an animal. Oh, sorry about that. You're an animal. You are never in the city. You're always in the wild. Your dens, you know, the whole point of a den, even if they look the most civilized, is still a den. You're still you're still alone, you know? But in the city, it's such a different vibe. Like, the Grand Gallery reminds me, honestly, of Build-A-Bearville and a little bit of Club Penguin as well, where it's more so Build-A-Bearville, where it felt more like a city, you know, like you are in the Build-A-Bear city. Well, in this one, you're in Animal Jam City, and I would really love, like, if you ever need to make another expansion to the map, which, you know, none of us would complain about, make New Jamaa City or some shit like that. Like, it'd be so cool. It'd be so cool. But yeah, back to the Grand Gallery though. I love that there's so much open space, that there's a garden there, the 2 tiers, and then there's that little elevator that takes you up to the actual like tippy top roof, and I think that's amazing. I love that. And you know, the skybox being a city is so nice. It's so freaking nice. In this photo, it is nighttime. I have been to them where, you know, the time goes by, and even in the morning it looks really cool, but at night, when it has the, like, some windows are lit up but not all of them are ever lit up, like, that's so cool to me. I love this den. I think it's stellar. I think it's great. I think it's like 100% worth the price. The next den that we're going to be talking about is the Ancient Tree. Now, I kick myself because back in like November, when they were doing like those like Black Friday sales on dens and items and potions and all that, they had this den in there, and I wanted to get it. But if I wanted to get it, I would have had to be awake at 3 a.m. And as much as I wanted to, I even stayed up. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. and I fell asleep. It is one of the things that will haunt me for the rest of the time till I manage to successfully secure this den. But with that being said, I was able to tour a den like this, and this is just gorgeous. It is definitely giving like Zelda, if that makes sense. Like it's definitely giving Zelda. It's definitely giving a lot of like I'm trying to think of like a really, it's very mystical, it's very pretty, it's very like just it's hard to explain for me. Like it just feels, it feels very fantasy, and I love that. I love that about this den. I think it's so cool. I think it's one of the best dens that we've gotten, hands down. The little like going across the lily pads to get to the stairs, going on the slide that takes you all the way down. Amazing, amazing. I love it. And then the next one that we're going to be talking about is our last one, and this is the Bayou Bungalow. Now, what y'all know about the Bayou Bungalow? I love the Bayou Bungalow. The Bayou Bungalow is very fun because instead of being a big house, right, it is more so 3 or 4 smaller buildings with, you know, some land platforms in between. But it's more so like, I don't know, it feels more like a village, like you're buying a little village, like a micro village, or like a commune. And so I love it. When I get this, because it's not if, it's when I get the Bayou Bungalow, I'm definitely going to have my friends help me customize it. Like each one is going to get their little house. We're going to customize it to be like their whole thing. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited to get it. But yeah, it is definitely one of the nicer dens, in my opinion. It is very pretty. It's very cute. It is, however, like, as obvious as it can be, since it is the bayou, there's a lot of water. And so unless you want your things to be in the water, there's not much space. That is the one takeaway. But at the same time, you know what you're getting yourself into, okay? Like, you do. One thing that I do wish that Animal Jam had was the option that Animal Jam Classic had, where you can preview a den. I know why they don't do it, but I really wish that they did. With that being said, though, everybody, thank you so much for listening to my rambles. But that is our den list. Like, that is our top 10 dens that I really want to see return to Animal Jam. Well, with that being said, I hope that you guys have a lovely morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching this, and I will see y'all on Friday. All right, everybody, bye.